One of the most memorable events in my life was when I was 21 years old. I was in a car accident. I had just picked my 5-year-old daughter at the time up from school, and we were headed to my mom's house. As I was going down the road, I didn't notice anything strange, but I looked behind me and I saw 18 wheeler. I looked to the left and then I saw 18 wheeler. And next thing I noticed was boom. 18 wheeler hit me in my car and was spinning around and around and around. I was in such an uproar, I didn't know what to do. I was also pregnant at the time with my other daughter, and I had my 5-year-old daughter in the car with me. So when the car finally stopped spinning, we landed in a ditch. And the only thing I could think of was, okay, you've been in a car accident, you and your 2 kids need to get out the car. So I reached over to my daughter and I asked her, was she okay? She said, yeah. I said, what I need you to do is to take off your seatbelt and to climb out of the car and go to the other side of the street. She was scared. She said, Mama, I don't want to leave you. I said, Mama will be right behind you. Because at the time I was in so much pain that it was kind of hard for me to move. And I remember waiting till my daughter safely got across the street before I, exited the car. Because I wanted to make sure, that she got across the street safely because I knew she wasn't going to want to go, with me. And I didn't want to be walking slow and then the car blew up or something with my daughter in it too. So as my daughter safely crossed the street, I went across the street also. I pulled my legs across the street and I made it across the street. And as I was laying there, I remember my daughter standing there crying and me holding her hand. And my nephew came out of the blue and he came over to me and my daughter and he asked me, was I okay? I said, nephew, I don't know. I can't feel my baby. So as I'm laying there scared for the safety of my 5-year-old, because even though she was walking, I didn't know, what type of damage she had here. I didn't know about the driver that was in the truck. Was he dead or alive? I didn't know if I had lost my baby. I really didn't know what was going on. So at that time, I could hear other people stopping, coming up, talking to me, asking me, was I okay? And all I could think of was to tell my nephew to call my mama, and then my husband. So my mama and everybody made it to the scene. The ambulance seemed like took forever to get there. And once the ambulance got there, me, my daughter, and the driver was transported to the hospital in the same ambulance. And on my way to the ambulance, I can remember the 18-wheeler driver telling me that he was sorry, that he didn't know that the speed bump was coming up into town. So as I'm driving to Cleveland praying for my life and my unborn daughter's life and also my daughter's that was already born life, I thank God for letting me make it through. When I got to the hospital in Cleveland, they told me that I had broke my neck and my back, that I would have to be transferred to Jackson for emergency surgery. So they transported me to Jackson, and when I got down there, it was so many OBGYNs and spine doctors. They were like, you're a miracle. You broke your C3 and C4. And most of the time when people have an injury at the place where you have one is so severe that you come there paralyzed or dead, they kept checking under my toes to make sure, that I was moving around, and they still had me on the backboard. But it's like I stayed in Jackson for 2 weeks. I had surgery all while pregnant. I had physical therapy. But through it all, I remained faithful in God because while I was in the car, all I kept asking was, God protect my children. And He did. And now 6 years later, she's 6 years old. She's perfectly healthy. Tamara's 11. She's doing fine. And I'm doing fine. I have a couple of aches every now and then due to the weather or arthritis, and I can't lift over a certain number of pounds. But to me, it's still amazing to have been in a car accident with an 18-wheeler all while pregnant and to be walking and talking today like nothing ever happened. So what I want to tell everybody is everybody got a past, but everybody also has a future. And that for my future, I'm hoping to use my experience and my knowledge of what I've been through to let me know that I'm strong enough to do anything that I want to do.